You ever wonder how communities keep ancient traditions from just fading away? How do they make them feel alive and important in our super fast-paced world? Well, sometimes it happens through a celebration so rich, it kind of weaves the past, present, and future all into one. And today, we're going to dive right into one of those amazing events.
So that's the big question, right? How do you celebrate something like that? Because we're not just talking about putting a date on a calendar, nope. This is about honoring half a century of real dedication to keeping a culture's heart beating strong.
So our story unfolds in a pretty unique place called Oroville, an international township down in Tamil Nadu. This is where the Alainarkala Education Center teamed up with the Puducherry Museum to throw a Tamil New Year festival. And the reason? They were celebrating a massive milestone, their 50th anniversary.
Now let's be clear, this was way more than just a party. It was this beautifully designed event that had three main parts. First, a deep dive into literary history, then a full-on cultural celebration, and finally, a serious look at ideas for the future. So come on, let's check it out.
First up, the exhibition. Okay, just imagine walking into a room and boom, you're basically traveling through centuries of literary genius. That's exactly what the organizers put together. It was like a time machine, giving you a direct connection to the deep, deep roots of Tamil culture.
You gotta remember, way before we had printing presses or even paper, all this amazing literature was painstakingly carved onto palm leaf manuscripts. For a lot of people today, especially the younger generation, that's something you just read about in a history book. But here, they were right there, on display for everyone to see.
And what's so cool is that you could see the whole evolution laid out right in front of you. The exhibition walked you through the entire journey of the written word, from those ancient, super delicate manuscripts all the way to modern printed books and new translations.
And just look at the sheer scale of history here. It's incredible. Visitors could literally trace the timeline from the classical Sangam era, move through the amazing ethical works of the post-Sangam period, dive into the great epics, feel the medieval devotional poetry, and then land in the modern era with the revolutionary poet Barthier. Just amazing.
But here's the best part. Because Oroville is such a global community, all this incredible heritage wasn't hidden behind a language barrier. The exhibition made a point to show off English translations of all the major works. So thousands of years of Tamil wisdom suddenly became accessible to absolutely everyone.
Okay, so we've seen the words on the page. Now let's get into how that heritage literally came alive. We're shifting gears from the quiet, thoughtful vibe of the exhibition to the buzzing, vibrant energy of the Tamil New Year celebration itself. This is where you could hear, see, and feel the culture.
So, the day kicked off with the pulse of traditional drums and the sound of flutes. The Kanika Kanudal ritual was performed. That's a beautiful custom of seeing auspicious things first thing on New Year's morning. Blessings were shared, and everyone got to taste these symbolic neem-flavored sweets, which represent life's mix of bitter and sweet moments.
And then the energy just skyrocketed. Students from Puducherry and nearby villages put on this absolutely incredible display of traditional martial arts. I mean, we're talking about the fluid, powerful motions of salamam staff fighting and kalari, which is one of the oldest fighting systems in the world. Plus, you had the sharp precision of swordplay, knife throwing, and even these breathtaking human pyramids. Wow.
This was truly a festival for everyone. It wasn't just a show to watch. You had local women's groups selling their beautiful handicrafts, people enjoying traditional pearl millet porridge called kamban kuj, and the air was just filled with the sound of happy kids playing on swings and enjoying old-school games.
But the festival wasn't only about celebrating the past. It was just as much about building the future. At its intellectual heart was a symposium with a really powerful theme: Tamil literature, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
So the real focus here was relevance. You had scholars, writers, students, and just curious people all getting together to talk about a big question. How can the timeless wisdom on ethics and universal values from these ancient texts actually help us with the challenges we're facing today?
And all of this, the incredible exhibition, the lively celebration, the forward-thinking symposium, it all comes back to the one organization that made it all happen. It's really a moment to appreciate the amazing 50-year legacy of the Alainarkala Education Center. 50. For 50 years, this center has been what the source material perfectly calls a banyan tree of heritage in Oroville. I love that image. It's provided shade, support, and a place for Tamil culture to really grow deep roots within this global community.
And this right here,
This is their guiding philosophy. It's an ancient Tamil idea that has powered the center's work for 5 decades. All places are ours. All people are kin. Just think about how profound that is. It's a statement of unity and harmony that perfectly captures the spirit of both Tamil culture and Auroville itself.
So really, this whole festival was more than just a celebration. It was a powerful example of how a community can actively work with its heritage to find meaning and direction for the future. And that kind of leaves us with a big thought to chew on. In our own lives and in our own communities, how can the wisdom of the past help guide our shared future?